And we're back.
We are?
Yes.
No way.
I hope you enjoyed your vacation.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Well, welcome back to the AutoAuthorities Podcast. My name is Jay Grossman. I'm the founder and CEO of iAutoAgent.com. And this is Mr. David Marks with Quality Auto Repair and Tire. He has rebranded himself, folks. He sells tires also, just in case you didn't know. Boy, do we have a good one today, Mr. David Marks, don't we?
Yes, sir, we do.
So the reason why we're going to be doing this episode is because I've never met anybody that actually likes going to the dealership and buying cars. So we're going to talk about true dealership horror stories and how you can avoid them. Are you ready to do this, Mr. David Marks?
Absolutely.
Have you ever felt like you were taken for a ride when buying, selling, or repairing your car? Well, not anymore. I'm Jay.
And I'm Dave.
And this is the podcast that tells you what to watch out for, whether you're buying, selling,
or repairing your car.
With 47 years of automotive experience, we are the Automotive Authorities. This podcast is sponsored by iAutoAgent. We're real estate agents for cars.
And Quality Auto STL. Trusted services with no surprises.
Boom!
Booyah!
All right. Welcome back to the Auto Authorities Podcast. My name is Jay Grossman. I'm the founder and CEO of iAutoAgent. We are real estate agents for people's cars. We will help you sell your car at no cost to you. We'll market, list, show your car, and handle that money transaction. And when you're ready to go to Big Bad Dealer, we'll do it for you. We have a whole process. We handle everything from A to Z, from helping you buy the dream car you wanted without ever having to step foot in the dealer until you approve the deal. And this is my unbelievable co-host. Yes, David Marks with Quality Auto Repair and Tire. Trusted services with no surprises. And man, I'll tell you the reason why we're going to be doing this episode on the horror stories of dealerships is because we have story time today.
This whole episode story time.
It is all you guys are going to love it. We're going to have a little contest too to see if you can top our stories with your stories. But before we get going, I wanted to thank one of our sponsors, Podcastify.me. They are the ones that make this beautiful show happen every Tuesday live on Facebook, our Facebook group page. You can actually join it and watch us live at 12 p.m. on Tuesdays, or you can watch us on YouTube. Click that little subscribe button in the right-hand corner. Click the notification button, and you will be able to watch us recorded and watch our pretty faces. But if you're just driving and you want to just listen to our beautiful voices, you just go to iTunes. You can go to Pandora. You have 19 other different sites that you can find us. And please like and subscribe. Leave us a review. Let us know how we're doing. We're hearing a lot of positive stuff from people, but let's get it on the internet. Let's get some people listening to this that you know, because we want to help them just like we've always helped you. Wow. Let's talk about stories. And before we start, I want to talk a little bit about that. Not every dealership is a bad dealership. There's a lot of good dealerships out there. We're going to be talking about the bad dealerships. And we're going to talk about stories and how to avoid them for you. Learn from other people's mistakes. Dave, do you think Bobby's listening to this?
Oh, I'm sure he is. You know, because that's just what Bobby does. Bobby likes to, take in the good knowledge, however, do the exact opposite. Go, nah, that won't happen to me. Nah, I'm smarter than that. Nah, I won't get scammed like that. But then what happens to Bobby? Yep.
Bobby just
gets scammed.
He makes bad decisions. And when people like Guido meet him at the dealership, He is toast. Speaking of toast, we have a great story, Dave. So, as everybody know, that iAutoAgent.com helps people buy vehicles. So we had this nice young lady. She was really, really busy. We work really well with busy people, like salespeople. And she's like, man, like I want a new car. And she wanted a Mazda CX-5. Okay, well, that's pretty easy. Now it's been a little challenging, and this was before things started to get really, really bad on new cars. So she wants a Mazda CX-5. So part of our process is we get the whole deal together for them. I mean, like we tee it up, we get the dealer to send us everything in writing, and I mean, she's like all set to go out there. Okay. So, and we're not going to mention any names unless it's Carvana or Vroom. So when she goes out to the dealership, she was supposed to be there at 5:00. So we're always at the beck and call for our clients, waiting to see what happens. So she gets there at 5, and I don't hear anything. And all of a sudden, I look at my phone, and she's sending me this really horrible text. And I look, and I'm like, holy crap, like, what the heck's going on? She goes, what are these people trying to do to me? And they're trying to rip me off. And I'm like, wait, what? This is one of our preferred dealers.
Wow.
Yeah. So can you imagine? So like you're thinking everything's all ready to go. You're getting ready to eat dinner pretty soon. And then all of a sudden this bombshell happens.
Yeah. I mean, this is a big life-changing moment for people. It's their second biggest expense behind, a home. And this is something that, you're supposed to be excited about. You're like, yeah, it's going to work out. Everything's great. Everything's fine up to this point. Then boom.
Oh, yeah. She wanted white. It had to be beige interior. It had to have leather. It had to have a sunroof. I mean, we had the perfect vehicle sitting there. So what happens?
Surprise!
You're not try to take a guess to what happened. You'll never guess what what happens to her.
Oh, they want to charge fees. Oh no!
You get one more guess, and then I'm going to tell.
They didn't have. They tried to put her in another car.
Nope. You know what she did? She decided to walk next door to the other dealership without telling us. The Honda dealership. She got to the Honda dealership and she found a used Honda CR-V.
Wait,
she happened to be.
She wanted a Mazda, right? Why the hell did she go next door to look at a Honda? I mean,
and that is beyond me. So she goes next door. She's looking at a used Honda. Like I'm looking at this, and then she's sending me like these documents that they tried to charge her $2,000 more than the advertised price. So the advertised price was like $20,300, and then when she walked out, it was $22,300.
She bought it?
No. So I'm like, wait a second, this is really weird. Like this isn't even the price of the car. So I got on the phone with her and I'm like, hey, what's going on? She goes, I went next door. I found this car on the website as I was looking at the Mazda CX-5. I'm like, what? And then she started getting into these negotiations with them. I'm like, that's why you pay us.
Like, why did she go next door? That's what I'm baffled about.
To this day, I still don't know. And she sits there and she's sitting there trying to negotiate with this dealer. So here's the moral of the story, everybody. There are dealerships out there that are adding over $2,000 to the price of the cars. You see what you see on the internet, but what you don't see is what that car is really going to cost you when you get there. And they said it was for reconditioning. And I have had this over and over when we're working with clients and my team's working with clients. We see this all the time. And how do you avoid it? That's the whole thing. How do you avoid this? It's very simple. Well, number one, when you're going through iAutoAgent, you darn well better listen to your agent because they have your best interest. But if you're not going through iAutoAgent and you're doing this on your own, get something in writing before you go out there. Don't sit out there for 4 to 7 hours. Find out all the fees up front because I promise you this, there are fees. What do you think of that?
Wow. Well, I mean, she did it to herself by not working with you guys and going next door. I mean,
Yeah.
and then she's calling you and you're like, wait, because you have no idea.
Mm-mm.
And you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And then you find out this, and that's when you just want to go through the phone and just strangle. Like, why didn't you just buy the damn Mazda?
Oh,
What
yeah.
did she end up buying anything?
So she actually went around us and wound up buying a brand new CRV.
From that same dealer that tried to sell her the used one.
No,
No.
a different dealer.
Wow.
Yep. So
It makes no sense.
unless you enjoy spending 4 to 7 hours of looking for cars, give us a call at iautoagent.com. I mean, like literally. So here's another one, and this just happened. And so we were working with another client. It was actually one of my agents this time. One of my agents had this whole deal set up. It was on a brand new Volkswagen Tiguan. Now, right now is very, very difficult to find vehicles brand new. And especially as we've talked about, Mr. David Marks, Volkswagen has gotten hit very hard with the chip shortage.
Yeah. Plus the
But
war in Ukraine ain't helping.
listen to this story. So one of my agents calls up one of our preferred dealers, and the dealer's like, you're not gonna, so I'll get this lady also wanted a white Tiguan with light interior. Okay. Believe it or not, Dave, this thing landed on their driveway that day. Like it was it was like there were car gods watching. So we set it up and we said to them, now, and everybody, please listen to this. There are two sides to a car deal. You've got your front end of the deal and you got the back end of the deal. What's the difference? The front end of the deal is what everybody worries about. The negotiations, this and that, splitting hairs, saving $100, $200, whatever here and there. But what you don't worry about is the back end of the deal. And the back end of the deal, when you're working with let's just say a non-ethical dealer, they will get you really, really bad. I promise you, I don't care if you bought 40 cars. Listen to me now. They get to the dealership. We told them, if you would like a warranty, we can help you with the warranty. You'll wind up paying more money at the dealer. We can provide you the warranty. All the other stuff, the crap, the tire and wheel and the freaking Scotch guard with the seats and the paint sealant and the undercoat. And they have a new thing called GPS now where it's like a theft device type of thing, BS, that there's always some type of BS thing they're selling. And it's usually at 400% markup. Now, I don't think profit's a bad word. I think unfair is. That's where we come in. So we set them all up, and they were not going to buy anything anyway. They didn't want to buy anything. They just wanted to buy the car. Totally fine. We set it up. It was at 5:00. They show up, and one of our extra services is we are at the beck and call for the dealer. So we are the lifeline. When they're at the dealer, if something doesn't go right, they call us. So this is what happened. And I was so pissed when one of my agent was telling me this. The whole deal was done. And we're like, man, we didn't even hear from them. Like we wanted to see what was going on. So we're like texting them and they're not texting us back on what happened. So what happened? They're in the finance office with Guido's brother. And Guido's brother says, buy my warranty, buy this. And then they're like, we don't want this. We don't want this. And the guy would not stop. And my client got so pissed off, he stood up and he yelled at him. And he threatened him if he keeps asking. He was so pissed off. So obviously, we have no idea what's going on. And we're like, why didn't you call us? This is another thing. Like, take advantage of us. We had no idea what happened. So we called the dealership, the people that run the dealership the next day. They're like, oh, that never happens. We'll talk to Guido. and see what happened there. Oh, I know exactly what happened. These finance people are so they have their pay is focused so much on how the penetration level of how many people they talk to and how many people they can sell. If that penetration level goes down, it costs them money. So it's really the dealership's issue because they put so much pressure on these guys to sell products that they don't need. And I'm just getting started here.
Hmm.
Are you that stunned? I don't usually hear you speechless.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's like, why didn't they just, when the guy's there, pick up the phone and call you? And you would think that a good professional dealership would know this is a customer that we wouldn't have. It weren't for Auto Agent. Let's take care of Auto Agent customers so that way they keep sending us to us and we'll all sell cars.
Yeah.
But the finance manager doesn't care about the car. That's not his profit. His profit is the finance manager's looking out for the finance manager and nobody else. He don't care about you, don't care about nothing else. What can I upsell? Because that's how I get paid. And that's a direct reflection on the people that run the dealership.
Mm-hmm.
They need to find out another way to pay these financial. I get the commission, and I get that because, I'm paid on commission. We're all paid on commission in some way, shape, or form. But how can dealerships change what they do so that they can do it, ethically without having the people feel like they're bullied? Yeah, because when you do that to me, I'm gone. See ya.
Right.
I'm gonna go find somebody else. There's plenty of other people doing the same thing you are. Good luck. And I'm gonna tell everybody, don't go here.
Exactly. And it was just such a huge slap in the face. Like, what the heck did these people do? And I mean, we just lit them a new asshole, really.
I'm gonna go off topic here a little bit, but
Yeah.
this just emphasizes, Jay, why the franchise model works. Because we know that's not Volkswagen, that's that particular dealer. If people want a Volkswagen, there's other Volkswagen dealers that they can go to get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. And really, to answer your question, finance managers are going away, salespeople are going away, all this stuff's going away. There still will be, huge profit margins. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to be a nicer process for people where they can just click a button and say no versus having them. Why don't you want it? Don't you feed my family like this? Huh?
Yeah.
So I've got another one, and this one just happened. And everybody listen closely to this because I guarantee you this has happened to you or somebody you know. And I'm going to tell you about a very highly illegal practice that I'm going to use the word unethical dealers are doing. You want to hear it? You ready?
Yeah. I mean, this is
so one of my clients is working with a mom who was referred to us, and it's a younger guy. He's 26 years old, but he's getting his first car. And he's really, really ADD and wants to get things done really, really quickly. And and once again, he's not letting our agent go through his process. So we found this 2019 Hyundai Sonata. It was a really, really good deal. Really good deal. Had it all set up. And we were just trying to get everything going for him, get everything set up. Well, meanwhile, he's already in his car driving over to the dealer, and he only lives a mile away. This happened in Florida. Okay, so we work nationwide. So this happened in Florida. So clients in Florida, they show up, and we told them this is what they're going to do. They're going to want to sell you this. And he goes, oh, I'm not buying anything. Right. So, and this is just crazy. So he's sitting there with Guido's brother. Guido's brother works at this one too.
Guido's got a big family.
Yes. He's sitting there with Guido's brother, and Guido's brother is doing all the paperwork, and everything's done, and he drives home. Number one, they didn't give him a second set of keys, and number two, they didn't fill up. They left them on empty when he left. Okay, so if he would have just let us do our process, then this wouldn't have happened. And this is what's going to happen when you do the process on your own, because this is what happens. So the mom calls us and she's like, hey, my son just paid $50 more a month for gap insurance. Gap insurance. Number one, the first question I asked, gap insurance basically covers you if you're in an accident and you owe money on it, it covers the gap between the difference. When you put a significant amount of money down, you don't buy gap insurance. This is a number one golden nugget for everybody listening. Do not buy gap insurance if you're putting $4,000 down on a $22,000 car like this guy did. All right. So gap insurance.
Because he paid for the gap insurance in cash.
Yeah. Gap insurance is between $700 to $1,000 is what a dealership typically sells it for. So this was $700. He took a 6-year loan. Over 6 years, $700 doesn't equivalent into $50 a month. So I said, something must be wrong. So I got on the phone, the agent got on the phone, the mom got on the phone, and they sent us the documentation. Here's where the illegal activity comes. They did what you call payment packing. Do you know what this is?
Oh, they charged interest on that. No, I don't. I have no idea.
All right. Listen closely, everybody. Another golden nugget here. Most people don't know this. So payment packing is when you go into the dealership, you sign the papers, and they add extra products without letting you know. This dealership, when we got the paperwork, we're like attorneys, like looking over this documents. Not only did they sell him a substandard warranty, piece of crap warranty from one of the biggest piece of crap warranty companies there was that will never cover anything for way too much money, but they sold him tire and wheel package. They sold him a maintenance package, when they were going to already give him 3 free oil changes. So why would you need a maintenance package when they're already giving you the maintenance? They sold him gap insurance. He put $4,000 down. That's a no-no, to a tune of $4,187. That equivalent into not $50 more a month. When we cancel these products, it's $96 a month he is going to get back in his pocket. I am not joking. So what did we do? So Ross, who's one of my agents, he contacts the dealer and he got the general manager. And we got the nastiest note from this general manager you have ever seen. He says, we are not going to be talking to you anymore about this situation. We will talk to the customer, and this conversation is over.
Wow.
So what did we do? We told our client exactly what to do. He went in the dealership yesterday and canceled all of that stuff. Screw those people. They screwed him over. And that's why we do what we do, Dave. We're advocates for people. And when this shit happens, I'm sorry. It pisses me off. Again, I don't think profit's a bad word, but you don't go selling somebody gap insurance when they put $4,000 down. You don't sell them a substandard warranty. You don't do that.
People don't know. They have no clue.
And the vehicle was still under warranty, which is fine, but they only gave him a 5-year, 60,000-mile warranty, and he already had 13,000 miles left, almost $3,000. Like, it's just, it was insane. So how do you avoid that? You listen to your agents if you're going through iAutoAgent. If you're not through iAutoAgent, read the freaking things before you sign it. Understand what that stuff is that they're putting on there.
You got to imagine these people are looking out for their interest, not yours. They all get paid on commission. The more they sell, the more they make.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm not done. The cherry on top was they put him through a crappy financing company, told him because he was a first-time buyer, even though he had good credit, they gave him an exorbitantly high interest rate. So we're working and coaching him. Now he's finally listening to us, because I had to take this young guy and put him in his place. And I'm like, listen, because he told his mom, he goes, man, Mom, I'm in sales. They're not going to pull anything over on me. Oh, yes, they did. And they will pull it over on you. I don't care if you bought 50 cars in your lifetime. I'm beside myself. I have so many other things. I got another story while we have some time. This is a good one. So, Dave, you know how it's really hard to get new cars. So we had a client. He had a BMW X5 that was worth $32,000 that we were going to negotiate as a trade-in for him. He wanted a Hyundai Santa Fe Calligraphy, $44,000 car. And you cannot get these cars. Magically, he wanted a white one. I'm sorry, a silver one, Portofino gray to be exact. And he wanted a light interior. So we called one of our preferred dealers and we're like, hey, what are the chances you have a Portofino gray Hyundai Santa Fe Calligraphy 2022? He goes, we literally just got one. Unbelievable, right? So I'm super excited because we get to go back to the client like, you're not going to believe this. You got your car. We got you find your car. Well, it has dark interior. I'm like, okay, well, let's see what he says. Call the client back and he said, hey, we got the car. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm interested. I want it. I'm like, awesome. I'll get it all set up. And I'm thinking, man, I got really, really excited. I'm going to go back to him and make sure, see what they're going to charge for this car. Here's where the fun begins. So I said, how much is it? MSRP. Great. So what are your fees? They charge $400 documentation fee. That's normal. Most of the dealers are charging $2,000 to $5,000 above sticker if you can get this car. So MSRP, because we are, this is one of the dealers we work with. This is awesome, right? Oh, wait till you hear what I have to say next. So I'm talking with the person that runs the dealer. He goes, there's just one thing that they need to do. What is that? Guido's cousin. Well, they have to finance through us at standard rates. Oh, let the games begin. What are the standard rates? 6.99%. Okay. Well, he has a trade-in. Remember, Dave? Remember, he has a trade-in for $32,000. He has a car for $44,000 that he's buying. What's the difference he's financing? $12,000. It's not going to make that much difference if he finances $12,000 at 6.99 and he has to stay in the loan for 4 months. Not too bad. Oh, no. He can't trade in his car and he has to finance the entire $44,000. Now we have a problem. So I'm looking at your face. So
what the hell? How do these dealers sell cars?
So
so they'll, after the deal's done, now we'll pay you for your BMW, or they don't even want it?
So they just literally pay the BMW on the side and they're going to just finance $44,000. This guy said, there is no way in God's earth I am doing that. And I said, well, I completely understand. So the other option is we order a Hyundai Santa Fe Calligraphy because you cannot get it, and you wait 7 months to get it, and you pay $5,000 over sticker or $2,000 above sticker. And he's like, he literally was just so perturbed on the deal. He just like, no, I don't even want to deal with these guys. How do you avoid that? You ask questions on the phone before you get there. You also make sure that you have the darn vehicle in stock. And I know we're running out of time, so we got so many things to talk about here. We probably could go into another episode with this, but real quick, I want to thank everybody for joining the Auto Authorities podcast. Please like and subscribe. Please leave your comments below. And here's our contest for you. And Dave, are you willing to give away a gift for this?
Sure.
What would we give away for somebody that can top our stories and when they put it into the chat?
I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is a $50 gas card.
Holy crap. What about that maintenance package that you have?
Oh, we got our vehicle care card.
Yes, worth $300. So listen
No,
closely.
it's worth more than that. It's worth about $500.
Okay. This is a big one. So we want to hear comments left and right. You could even voice comment the thing, whatever you want to do. You can even go to the AutoAuthorities.com. That's the AutoAuthorities.com. You can do it through Facebook. You can do it through iTunes. You could do it through all types of, I don't think you can do it through iTunes. But send us your horror story. And we're gonna do a contest to see if you can up it. And we will be the judge of the competition, but we're also going to let the audience be the judge of the competition. And you may just win an appearance on the Auto Authorities podcast telling your story. Does that sound fun?
It sounds exciting to me.
All right. Thanks for joining, everybody. We'll see you in the next Auto Authorities podcast. Peace.
Bye, everybody.